Hey, this is Blind Fox and welcome at my Gunsmith Simulator playthrough. So last time we discovered the lathe, so let's go through a little run through our shop first. Here we have the lathe that you fix your barrel crowns with, in other words the front of the barrel. This is your basically the table where you center your, if you add a telescope or a laser sight or something to your gun, this is where you basically zero it. So you can read there if you want to read there of that. Pause the video. You've got your lathe, you can read that. You've got a few tools here that you can use when you use your lathe. We've got our painting station, which we have used before. Our refit station, where you fit your telescopes and such to the gun. This is telescopes that doesn't come with the gun as such. Then behind this door we've got our rebluing machine, or whatever they call it. We've got our wire brush, basically our grinder that we grind the stuff, some of the older parts down. We've got our sanding machine. Oh yeah, here we've got our milling machine, the same room as our painting stuff. Then we've got our woodworking finishing table, our woodworking table, our cleaning station, our disassembly bench, and here our testing bench. So let's see if Granddaddy sent us any mail. Nope, he did not. So let's see what we do. We do have new bids. We've got $1,800. We've got the Mauser, C96 pistol, AKM gun, got the Luger, another Mauser. You can see the stock they included, and another drowned AKM. We're not gonna buy those, we're just gonna see what we can do. The Cousins, this is a cap lock, I think. Yeah, either cap lock or flintlock, I can't remember which one. So we're gonna do some milling. So we might do that. Same with the brown base here. Also some milling. MC10 we can do. Stick 44. Arasaka. Ooh, Arasaka has got lovely woodwork on it. So let's do some woodwork again. And we are also going to do some do I want to do the brown base or do I want to do the Kazins? Let's see. Basically they've got the same stuff. Let's do this one. I can't remember if we did this one before. We didn't do the Arasaka. Not sure if we did the Kazins. We did do the brown base though. Okay, so let's just have a little check here. Did we do the Cousins? By the way, go and please support me on Patreon. Can I find the cousins? No, we didn't do the cousins. Look like it. Where's brown base? We did do brown base though. Yeah, this. Huh. I thought we did do brown base. Yeah, there's brown base. We did do brown base. So we've got 2 new rifles. We'll first do the Arasaka. Arasaka, very nice Japanese gun. Oh, let me see, there's the Arasaka. This is the only rifle in game that does come with its own telescope mounted to it. So far that I know of. Another very long gun. So let's see how many parts this is. It's 41 parts it wants us to disassemble. Disassemble completely, 41 parts. So we're gonna do this. We'll start by removing the bolt. Let's just be honest. Oh well. You see there again there is. Let's just do this so that I can actually pick this up. It's very difficult to do these big guns. You can see that there is a thing that needs to come out there. The Japanese got the slings on this side. It's just easier to disassemble it on the table, although a lot of the removable stuff is on the left. Unlike most of the Western guns, a lot of the removable stuff is on the left of the gun, the right hand side of the gun. In other words, the side that shows to us. The Japanese guns, very on the left. Got the cleaning rod. If I go over this stuff, do try and pause and read some of the stuff about it. I'm not really sure how in complexity the Arasaka compares with some of the other guns of its time. I haven't really compared the amount of parts between the Arasaka, the Mauser, the N1 Garand, and the Mosin. Here, of course, isn't the Enfield, so I can't compare it to that. But this magazine definitely is a part of the rifle. It looks like not really, it's not removable. So it's much more like a Mauser, I think. Mind you, the Enfield they never removed the Lee Enfield's magazine, but it could be used as actual removable magazine, although it was intended to be removed originally, but they just never did it. Very complicated sight, this. You can see all the parts, and this is just sight here. Look about all the little parts, very complicated. Here we've got the sight. Extraordinarily complicated sight. Very small fiddly bits. Little small parts. Where you have some of the other sights not so very complicated. This one, very complicated sight. No wonder the Japanese snipers were so freaking accurate. Trigger also, two-part, more than one part trigger. It's not trigger in the series. It doesn't look like the same thing. So you've got the trigger hanger, different stuff. Feel free to pause on this and okay, here we go. So we've got some stuff broken, missing. Need to replace the stock. Something's dirty. Very nice gun. Also a lot of little parts, especially the sights. I didn't know the sight was that complicated. So let's start with the cleaning. Only one part, that's dirty. Amazing. It's always a few parts. You would have figured that more parts of the gun would be dirty. There you can read about the extractor. Nice big one. Right, now let's do some woodwork. Again, we are gonna select that. We want to do that, yes. So what do we want? Funnily enough, ash is a very popular wood in this game. We don't get so much asked for these ones here. But ash, very, very popular. Right. Okay, we've got our tracing done. Starting our saw, pick up our wood, hold our wood inlet. So I've got this graphics on this set to the maximum that it can go. And it's truly amazing, the actual detail you can see on some of this stuff. Especially when you do the cleaning. I mean, there is literally either tool marks or wear marks on some of these parts. And again, here is the difficult part. You can see here we go through the table. That's the only silly part, that it's going to go through the table. This is the difficult bit, to get all of the wood that should go off of this. Barrel, or this the stock. It's always very difficult. But you can see the wood is nice, This again also difficult, you have to. And I do like the sounds. You can see this, just the slight color changes as we supposedly file this stuff down and sand it and work with it. Now we go here to our wood finishing table. So again we make some lovely patterning on the gun. Stock, they do like some patterning on their stocks. So you can stop working, you just right click and then it will let you stop work on this. Again we are going through the bottom of the table, which is really annoying. But this is difficult, really. To figure out when this thing is done. Because it's so large, you can't see it properly. That is the only downside of this game. The large parts that is really difficult to actually handle. And you just can't see when it is done. You get to it, you can't zoom in far enough to really see is it done or not. So if I have something to complain about, it's that. And again you get your nice color change as we work on this. Again, these large, they really could have done, I don't know, something just a bit more Don't know how you can really handle these large. Just make it a bit easier to turn sometimes. Then you again get here where you really can't see what you have done. And this is literally luck if you get the thing just right. Get it turned just right. So that you can clean it properly. Or maneuver it properly. Okay, we are done. So let's see, are we gonna work some in our... yes, we are. Gonna create a part or so. Whoops, well, how many? Quite a lot of parts. Just look at all these parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's multiple parts, so we will start at... see which ones. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Let's see how big they are. Whether or not and here you work with your arrow keys to get it nice and situated. Out of the way. There's 4 parts here. And again here you want to I don't know if you can hear the background. There is an owl going. Oh, that's a bit of a big part. Interesting. There's an owl sounding off in the background. Oh. We like owls. So let's see if I try to turn it. Oh. Okay, so we've got some parts. I always like to add extra parts if I can. Ah, there we go, we got some extra parts there. As I said, like adding extra parts. I'm not sure if you pay if you just do one part, but definitely if you do the multiple part construction you do pay for the amount of material you use. As you see up front there. Not sure if you actually construct the part if you pay for anything. If you do it one part at a time, but well, we're gonna do one part at a time. Hey, we are missing our show. And again, I like the parts when it comes out. Really nice. Just so cool. Let's just close that. And again, let's start reveal our parts. Do you like that little corner spot checking? And again you can see how long it's going to take. go. What else? Oh yes, we're gonna do some. And cool this is. We're gonna replace. You can see this. See through? It is empty. We have used all our gas. So we have to go and get a replacement bottle. Luckily, we already have it delivered. Huh, funny enough, in the South African bottles would have had a actual very distinctive stop or opening valve there. A very large opening valve. Oops, where are we going? Okay, so now we've got our bottle. Now we first need to put on our safety gear. Again, the only machine that's got safety gear. We turn our bottle. Gonna let our parts swim. So we are done. We created all our parts. Here we can see again the two parts we made. This one was in the brewing machine. This one wasn't. So before we put this thing together, here you can see the parts of the scope. This, as I said so far, is the only gun where you've got the scope in the blueprints. There's no other gun so far that I have encountered where you've got the actual scope as part of the blueprints. Most other rifles here, the scope is, you can buy an extra scope or something, I think, but it's not an intrinsic part of the rifle itself, which is really interesting. And again, seeing what I heard about the Japanese snipers, it is apt that the scope is included here. As I said earlier, feel free to pause the video and read the stuff about all of these little parts. I just can't read it, sorry. And there's no way to actually have a text-to-speech read this for you. Again, a very, very part-rich gun. I wonder if the Japanese had the same problem as the Germans did in creation of some alloys. That's why, because I know that's why some of the German guns was so part-rich. It's because they couldn't make the parts that they need strong, so they have to use a lot of little well-engineered parts. As where British or Britain had access to a lot of alloys, so the Enfield could be simpler in design because their parts, they could make bigger parts of more strength, or bigger, stronger parts instead of a lot of little parts, little weaker parts to make up some of the stronger parts, or some of the larger parts actually. A lot of little fiddly bits, so I said, little bits here, little screws. This gun, I think, would have been awful to keep clean in jungle environments. I wonder how they did it. Because all of these little parts just in the sight. It's really a complex site. Okay, now let's start with our. We've got our magazine. Oh, come on. Okay, we have to screw that thing on. That's on the other side. Okay, now we've done that. We have assembled our Arasaka. We've got a safety, how nice. And yep, if the safety is on, you can't. So, let's go dump you in there. Now let's just, before we take this Arasaka out for a shoot, I don't think we've got the Kazins yet. I didn't see it in our list. Ah, it's a cap lock. And again, a very, very long rifle. Oh, this one, what it is? Around 51 parts. 52 parts, sorry. Very, very nice. And again, do pause on some of this stuff. Oh no, sorry, it's not a cap lock, it is a flintlock. Just a very, very nice. There's some stuff on the other side we need to remove. There we go. Oh, come on, mouse. Do feel free to pause on this. Now this is difficult. Ah, these little small pins. If I can remember right from what I read, is I think this might be a Polish gun. It is a really aerodynamic flint holder. Much more so than some of the other flintlocks we have. It's almost, that's why I almost thought it was a cap lock, because the flint holder is so, the hammer, it's so, or the flint holder part of the hammer, the whole hammer shape as well, is so very much aerodynamic. And here you can see the actual nice decoration, or tool marks on here. Okay, so we've got some stuff, dirty, rusty, so basically just cleaning. I do like cleaning some of these old parts, because just look at this, the sheer amount of wear there. I think this might be wear on this, besides some of the actual patterning, and maybe tool marks as well. Again, we're not using this sand, we are using the this air or the wire brush, because this is apparently antique, so we cannot use the sandblast on it. I don't know why they consider this machine much more friendly to cast than the sandblaster. Okay, that was fast. So now we need to put this one back together. And we've got a lot of cleaning. Again, here in the zoomed in view you can see the marks on these. I don't know how much, as I said, is wear, how much is design, and how much is tool marks. But it really gives character to the guns. So let's fit the hammer. So you can see here this part of the hammer, very similar to some of the other parts, but much more smaller, much more streamlined. It's truly pretty. Let's say beautiful though. And unlike some of the other flintlocks, you can see the very cut out stock we've got here. Most of the other countries' flintlocks is basically flush to the... You've got the stock, and then all of the furniture is screwed on the outside. Come on. Nice backside, very uncomplicated. Very nice. I don't think if I've assembled this one before in my normal game I play. Just need to screw in these two big screws. And there we go. So though it's a flintlock again, it's a very Dainty. Flintlock. Wonder what the double triggers are for. They don't really explain it very nicely, but we're going to take this as well outside. Let's go to our firing range. And see you there. Alright, so we'll start with our Arisaka. If we had the telescope, I would have tried this long range. We've got a 5-round magazine, which is really on par with the Mauser. I can't remember how much the Garand has, and the Mausen. Nice sight. Obviously, I'm not the Japanese sniper. Ah, simple look. Reload. Nice slipper clip. Obviously, I'm not a sniper. Let's see how bad I did. Okay, 932, there's... Oh, well! Over 1,600. So I didn't do that bad than what I normally do. Thank you, Japan! Very nice. This is a really nice rifle, although the reloading is a bit funny. And again, it's got like the Mauser standout bolt handle, which I do not like. I do like the infield more, that is bent over a bit. I do not like these rifles that's not bent over, because it's just easier to actually load. Let's see. Popping powder. Put it in the rifle. Put on your patch. Put on your ball. Ramrod. And you actually see the decoration on your ramrod while you're loading. Let's prime our pan. Cock back. Very nice. Half cock. Now loose powder loading like this is normally done for sporting shooting or for very accurate marksmanship with flint or with muzzle loaders. The military normal use for them, most of them had paper cartridges where you had your cartridge with a pre-measured load of powder in it. Oh, bad. Well, 9. Oh, I got a 10, a 9 and a 9. So let's see how good this is. 200 and something. Well, 280, 255. Not bad. But I most likely could have done better. So very nice. Anyways, here we use loose powder, patch and ball. Military stuff, you mostly had cartridges. It's just faster to reload using a oh, where have I got lost it? So just faster to use a cartridge. So you open the cartridge, pour in the powder, then pop the cartridge or the paper and the ball in sometimes. Sometimes you remove the ball from the paper, depends on your cartridge. If you don't have loose powder, you sometimes prime the pan first with powder from the cartridge, which is intrinsically a bit dangerous because you always work with a loaded pan. But yeah, come on. Whereas in most civilian shooting, you did the loading first and then you prime the pan. Very nice. And again, some of these gun boxes for some of the other your flintlocks and stuff is much more. There's a lot of stuff in there. Very nice. Good. So you can see we don't get as much experience or rise in our level as we go up. Haven't gotten a new. Do have our two new guns there. Oh, we do. We've gotten rose 2 levels. So what are we gonna do? Let's finish researching our first level for all of our stuff. I think yes, we'll do that. Okay. So let's return these. Ah, it looks like Granddaddy did send us some work. Did I get all of them? Yes. So let's go and check. Okay, current jobs. And you of course have your history now that we're here. You can see what you've done so far. Or at least a few of our last stuff. You can see here every stuff we've done. Ah, well, what does Granddad says? Okay. Something that is annoying of the game is that sometimes tell you that you do have mail messages and then you don't. So apparently we still need to do more stuff before Granny gives us other stuff. But I think this will be that for today. Some more stuff we can do next time. So that's all we do for today. So we did the cousin's rifle, which is the no, don't want to go there. There we go. Which is the Polish rifle, and we did the Arisaka So 2 new rifles for us today. I'm really hoping to get some of these. I really want to get one of these at least to the 3rd star. Otherwise I will need to go and... I don't see any of this stuff in there. We might next time do something else. But anyway, this was what we did today. And we did some lovely woodwork, we did some milling machine stuff, and just some normal cleaning stuff as well. So this is the end of our little playthrough for today. So thanks for watching. Please go and support me on Patreon. It really helps me out. And if you want to see some military or some ration reviews, go and check out my ration review channel. I do some South African ones, not pure military ones at the moment, just civilian ones. Our postage suck a bit, so I can't do international rations at the moment, but there is South African rations there that you won't find in any other place, so go and check it out. Those are civilian ones. But it's interesting, so thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, please go and donate on patreon.com, and see you at my next little playthrough.